Hello, welcome back to Admission and Scholarship Hacks Masterclass. How are you doing today? Okay, so we will be talking about the perfect application. Right now, we've talked about at this stage of the course, right? We've talked about your mindset. That was it. That was what we did in the first five lectures, where we talked about the need for expatriate mindset. Do you still remember? And then we went on to how to do school search, right? How to do school search, how to come up with the schools you are going to apply to. Then we talked about all the documents you need, and we even told you how to find all those other documents that by chance we may not have mentioned throughout this masterclass. Now we are currently on how to submit your application. Okay, how to submit your application. And you agree with me that you have the right mindset. You found the school, you've prepared the documents. Without submitting application, no admission is coming your way, no scholarship is coming your way, right? So you definitely have to apply. And is that situation of like, it's a situation of like, you've done everything, but this is that last one that you have to just do right in order to get what you really want. So pay attention. Now, what is the DAD, the school DAD? Like, things for you to keep in mind. When you want to apply to a school, you have to keep in mind the start date. When is that program starting, right? Because some schools, some programs will start January, some will start September, some will start May, some can start any of these semesters. If you go and a school is starting January, and this is January you're applying, you will have missed it. So keep in mind the school start date. It's going to help you. Then the other thing is the application requirements, right? You have to know the application requirements of the school you want to apply to for you to apply to the school. Think about it. If you don't know what the school is asking for, how will you even provide it? Okay, so then you have to know the deadline. Is there a deadline? Some people will tell you we accept students on rolling basis, meaning any time of the year you submit, they will still consider your application. Some other school, they have the day the application is going to start. Like when we talked about the start date as well. They have the day the application is going to start. They have the day the application is going to end. You must keep in mind the deadline, because it's very, very important for you to keep the deadline in mind, because at the end of the day, if you waste time, if you don't meet up with that deadline, all the effort you've been putting in have just suddenly become a waste, and you don't want that, right? So keep all those things in mind. Now, most applications are two-staged, right? And I say separated by application fee, and I'm going to tell you the flow of how an application happens. If you go to a school, after you've read the school application requirements and all that, you're going to see a place where they say apply now. So if you want, when you are ready to apply, what are you going to do? You're going to click on that application. You're going to click on that application, right? Then it's going to bring out a form for you to fill. You fill that form. At the end of the form, you pay your application fee, right? When you pay your application fee, most schools, that's when they will not allow you to upload your documents. Some schools can also allow you to fill in your application, upload your documents before you pay your application fee. But most schools separate these two processes by an application fee, so that the only people that are uploading documents to their website are these people who seriously want to do the application. So now let me take it one after the other so that you understand. When you want to submit your application, the first thing you must do is that you must have that mindset that you're going to follow every instruction that is given to you by the school. Meaning that what? You must read what is written on the website. You must read it. A lot of people are busy asking questions, and even the information that is provided on the website, they've not read it. It's when you read it that you will hear exactly, or you see exactly what that school wants you to do in order to submit application, and you're going to do exactly that. Okay, now just like I said, most of them are going to ask you to fill an application form. fill that application form. Be meticulous when you are filling the application form. Be meticulous. Any wrong information that goes there has the chances of making sure, has the chances of ruining your admission. Okay, now after filling the application, you see a place for you to pay your application fee. Go ahead and pay your application fee either on the school website or through Western Union if you're outside the country you're applying to and all that, right? And the school will always tell you how to do the payment. That's why I said that one thing you must do is that you must read what is written on the school website and you must follow the instruction. If a school tells you to do A, don't do B, okay? And if they tell you to do C, don't do A, do C. Don't say A seems more like it. No, that's not what you were asked to do, right? So pay the application fee. Now, what some people do is that they fill the information online and they pay the application fee and they think that their application has ended. Most schools, they will ask you to submit documents after you've paid the application fee. So watch out for that. Watch out for what the school is going to say. Moreover, if you read what is written on the website, you are going to already know this even before you start your application. Okay? So one thing for you to note when you are doing when you are filling the documents you need to upload is that you must label adequately, because that person is going to download your document. The graduate coordinator is going to download your documents. Don't let them download a document that will be reading CV when that document is actually your transcript, or that will read transcript when that document is actually your personal statement. You see? So label them correctly. Put your name, last name. If you have student number, put it in the label of the document. Label your document adequately. The name of the document, the name of the candidate, if possible the application number should also be included. Then upload the documents. Okay, now document upload has two stages. The ones you are going to upload and the one that your referee is going to upload, right? So your referee is going to send your reference letter or upload your reference letter, as the case may be. So don't just concentrate on you uploading your own documents. Remember that you have to follow up on your referee for them to submit your reference letter, because your reference letter is part of your admission documents. Okay, so if your reference letter doesn't get to the school on time, no admission for you. And I know you want that admission, so follow up. Now, common errors or concern that I have seen with working with clients over the years is that a lot of people make error. Not everybody, but most of the problem people face when they are doing application is that, oh, I have put the wrong email, especially that of this reference or that of the referee. They'll put the wrong email, then they have to start running hater contacting the school to correct it. So be proactive and make sure you confirm the email from the referee. Make sure you read the email again and again before you submit that email address, even your own email as well, because sometimes the school have to email something to you. Don't go and use an email address that you don't have access to, or you have forgotten the password and you can't recover it. Now, another concern is usually payment. Maybe the school will say, oh, pay for this application fee and you don't know how to do it. Talk to your bank. If you're having problem, talk to the graduate coordinator. By the time you talk to graduate coordinator, talk to your bank, you will have figured out a way. Okay? Now, the other concern is communicating with graduate coordinator. Some people are afraid to communicate with graduate coordinator. You shouldn't be. The graduate coordinator is there to make life easier for you. So if you're afraid of graduate coordinator, that means you're not going to be able to communicate with them. You will not be able to solve the problem or the challenges that come from the site. Then another thing I have seen is that you will see some people, they are doing the application, they run into problem, right? Instead of contacting the graduate coordinator, they will contact me, and I'm like, have you emailed the graduate coordinator? So we now say, I emailed the graduate coordinator have not replied. When did you email the graduate coordinator? They will now say, yesterday. My dear, give graduate coordinator time to respond. That is also why you need to start your application ahead of time, because if you are doing your application 2 days to deadline, if you run into any problem, you email the graduate coordinator, you will be so pressed for time, you will not know what to do. You see the point? So start your application ahead of time. You've heard me say that over and over again. Start your application ahead of time. So communicate with graduate coordinator whenever you run into problem with anything that has to do with a school or a school site. The other one I haven't mentioned here is what? Reading what is on the site. Okay, these things happened. That's why I keep bringing them up as examples, right? I had this client that was filling school application. He will fill the school application, try to submit. He says it's not allowing him to submit. So he came to me and said, I'm trying to submit this application. It's not allowing me to submit. What should I do? I said, take a screenshot of what is of the page and send to me. When he sent me the screenshot, you know what I saw? I saw that on the screenshot, there was a place marked red. And that was the place for date of birth. So what has happened was that the school asked them to write the date of birth in a particular format, like the way they would just say YYY my dash ZZ or MM dash DD, right? Meaning put the year, put dash, put the month, put dash, put the day. Meanwhile, he had just written let's say 17th October 1990. So he wrote it in a different format. That box, he wants to submit, it's not allowing him to submit, but that box is red. I actually wondered that, why didn't he think of reading that thing that is red and probably clicking on read more or see more details, or click on the error message to understand what is it that he's not doing right. So when you are trying to submit an application, right, and he's not allowing you to submit, read what is on the website. Read it line by line. Most people are making mistakes because they did not read what is on the website, or they are not reading what is on the website as the error is happening. I want you to be self-reliant. You come and meet me, I will always make time to help you in a way, of course, including making time to send you back to the graduate coordinator, who you should actually be speaking to anyways. But I want you to be self-reliant. It's good for you. It's actually good for you, okay? Now, when to send official or unofficial transcript, we talked about that during this transcript lecture. So read what the school wants and follow exactly the instructions as given. Sending additional documents for your application. If you need to send additional documents, get them before the deadline. Okay, the additional documents can vary from one document to another. Use trusted postal service and track your posts. Okay, track your document delivery. So another thing for you to use, once you have submitted your application, you want to monitor it. Let it not be that you submitted your application, the school has given you admission, but because you've not checked, you don't know, right? So use school application portal. Most schools you apply online, so keep logging on online to see if they've made decision about your application. Number 2, you can actually contact the school if need be. You can contact the school and say, when are we expecting this application to be out? When am I expecting you to make your decision? So you can actually contact the school. Then note expected admission confirmation date and period. Some people, even on the school website, they've already told them that we are going to reply students in March, but in January their 10 stop. I submitted my application since September. I have not gotten the reply. When did the school tell you that they will reply? Go back to the school website and read what is written there, because a lot of schools have deadline. That, let's say, the application portal may open September, but the deadline is say March. So if when you submit in September, or when you submit in October, or when you submit in November, they will not reply you till after the deadline, and most times 1 month after the deadline. So look for the deadline for the application. Give 1 month or 2 months before you internally become worried. I know you're going to be worried. Where's the admission? Okay, I understand that. But another thing you can do is contact the school if you have not heard from them. When you are supposed to hear from them, they say they're going to reply you in February. February is here, you have not heard from them. Contact them. Or you can also just like we say, you can contact them to even know when to expect your admission. Okay, so there's an alternate application tool. Hey, we're going to be giving you assignments at the end of this lecture, actually the course project. So listen to everything I have to say very well. There's an alternate application tool, right? We've talked a bit about it before, which is Applyboard. And Applyboard, I call it the secret software used by agents for quick and easy admission. That's why I decided that I'm going to introduce it to you anyway. If you look at what I have on the board, that was in 2019. That was how I came across Applyboard. I was serving as a member of the governors of my university, right? So I got this update from the president where they were saying that they just signed a new deal with Applyboard. That was when I've seen the company before then, but it was after I saw this that I really took interest in them, and I was like, hey, what does this Applyboard, like, how do they really work? And that was when I discovered that they have a software that makes it very, very easy for you to do your application, and you can use it just like when we talked about Invincible Scholarship. You can actually use it to sort the schools that offer your program, but to check the school fees, so that you're actually applying to the schools, to good schools that have very, very low or very, very affordable tuition, right? So I eventually visited Applyboard after that time, and I went to their office in they have an office in Canada, so I went to their Canada office. So the point is that they are reliable, right? They are reliable. If University of Waterloo can sign a deal with them, that means they are reliable to a reasonable extent. So in terms of using Applyboard, I want you to know that you can use, apart from using Applyboard to find your courses, you can use Applyboard to do the application. Obviously, when you see the course, you're going to see where they say apply. So when you click on apply, you're going to go through the application process, submit through Applyboard, and it also allows you to submit multiple applications to different schools with the same document. Hello, keep that in mind, that may not always be the best for you to use one document to submit to different schools. Why? If you wrote a personal statement that is for one program and you just want to use that same exact personal statement for another program, if they are not exactly the same program, it may be difficult, and for the other program, your personal statement may look out of place. So be careful with that. One thing I want you to know about Applyboard is that Applyboard is www.applyboard.com, right? So www.applyboard.com. So it's quick and easy to use, and most times they will not be able to help you apply to programs that will give you full scholarship, but they have partial scholarship, and they advertise it on their website, so you can always look at their website. Also, Applyboard has the contact us button, so you can actually contact Applyboard. Now be careful, Applyboard have agents as well. I'm asking you to use Applyboard software, not to use Applyboard agents. Right? So a client came back to me and said, oh, the Applyboard agent said I should submit through him or her. I said, but I didn't ask you to use agent, right? So don't make that same mistake. Use Applyboard software. I didn't say use the Applyboard agent. However, if you have a question, you can actually still let's say you are trying to submit through Applyboard, but there's an error or an error message or something. You can reach Applyboard, right, and ask them the question you have for them. That's totally fine, but don't go using Applyboard agents. Now, use them with the information you already have. You can use Applyboard to do application, but for example, Applyboard will not tell you your program of best fit. You are the one that will know your program of best fit, and then come and search for that program in Applyboard. That's why this masterclass is still very important to you, in such a way that when you use any of those tools that that agents use, you will not make the mistake that the agent will make should you go hand it over to them, because they will not know your program of best fit, right? So make sure that you are using Applyboard with the knowledge you got from this class, like in combination. Don't just go to Applyboard and forget everything we've taught you. Okay, so Applyboard is really good, and it can be very easy. Now that brings me to the course project. Hey. Okay, so this course has a project, just like the way you take any program in school. So your project starts today. And I want you to take this project seriously, and I'm going to tell you more about the project. But before I do that, let me tell you that only the people that do this project and do this project and succeed, that will get the training certificate for this course. Only, and I believe you are going to be one of them. Okay, so you don't be shocked. Here comes the project. Screenshot this right now. Screenshot it so that you have it with you, or copy it, write it down on your notepad. So this is what we want you to do. Are you ready? I need you to submit one application for a postgraduate diploma in a college or university. Submit one application for a postgraduate diploma in a college or university, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now let's start with why this course project. I can stand here and talk all I want, right? Talk morning, talk afternoon, talk midnight, without you practicing. I know you've been practicing every aspect of this course, like writing the CV, writing personal statements, doing the assignments we want you to do, making your C list of schools, your B list of schools, your A list of schools. Well done. So this is the crown of it all in terms of assignment, which is what this course project. We want you to do this project because when you actually go on and do the application process, the knowledge you will get from just participating in that process is something that nobody can teach you. When you go in and you're going to make mistakes, don't worry about it. When you go in and you make mistake, what's going to happen? You will learn from the mistake. A child does not start walking by suddenly the child will start walking, right? No. The child will try to stand up, he will fall. Then before you know it, the child stands up and start walking, right? So you have to practice. That is why we made it a criteria for you being able to get certificate for this master class. So I know you're going to do it. This is not punishment. This is to make you better. Once you do it once, you can do it all the time. Now, we said C is why postgraduate diploma. We looked for a course that anybody taking this master class, including you, can apply for, right? If we say apply for a PhD, you may not be going for a PhD. If we say apply for research-based masters, you may not be going for research-based masters. If we say apply for course-based masters, you may not even be going for course-based masters, right? Or you may not be qualified to go for it. But if we say apply for postgraduate diploma, even if you really want to apply for PhD, you are qualified to apply for postgraduate diploma, right? So don't get me wrong. We are not saying that in this course, what you're going to apply for is postgraduate diploma. No. We are saying that as a course project, as an assignment, as something for you to try your hands on, apply for a postgraduate diploma. Is like the easiest of admission to do. Okay, it's the easiest of admission to do. So we want you to use this as practice. So let's say, for example, you want to apply for PhD. I understand. First, practice by applying for a postgraduate diploma. You see, practice by applying for a postgraduate diploma, and then what is now going to happen is that when it's time for you to submit your let's say master's application or PhD application, it becomes way easier for you because you've done it before with a postgraduate diploma. That's why we say go for a postgraduate diploma. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is that, some people think that postgraduate diploma is something you do when, like in my country, people go for postgraduate diploma when you have third class and you want to upgrade. But it's not always true. When you want to go into, let's say, a field that is a little bit different from what you have as your undergraduate, instead of going for masters, you just go for postgraduate diploma first, because when you go for masters, you become a weak candidate. Now, you can also do postgraduate diploma when you want to specialize in another area. So let's say you have a master's in something, but okay, let me give an example. a client is into food processing. That client did food technology and all that, right? Those kind of courses into food processing. But this client was also working with being able to convert the food waste into energy or something, right? So that's how their model worked. So she took a postgraduate diploma in something that has to do with how to convert waste to energy. You see, how to convert waste to energy is not her background, really. Like, she's into food processing. But for her to have that aspect of her research, that aspect of that knowledge in terms of her the area she's working on, she have to do a postgraduate diploma there. So postgraduate diploma is something you can do when you want to specialize in another field, when you want to get some extra knowledge from another field, when you want to upgrade your grade, right, and all that. So even if you are going for PhD and you already have your master's, choose a postgraduate diploma in an area that is connected but maybe not exactly in the area you had your master's, and apply for that postgraduate diploma, right? Above all, the reason for this project is for you to try your hands on the application process. We want you to practice communicating with the graduate coordinator, practice communicating with the school. All these things nobody's going to teach you except you practice. Okay, how many applications do you need to do for this course project? One application for this course project. Okay, so reward, as I said, only those who do this task will get certificate for this course, and we're going to ask you for the evidence, because we also know that if you apply for postgraduate diploma, follow everything we've said, you're going to get the admission, right? You're going to get the admission. So when you get the admission, you're going to submit your documents to us, and you're going to get the certificate for this course. That way we can say, yes, we really trained you and you know what you're doing. So what if you don't have transcript? Somebody just asked, what if you don't have transcript? Use transcript from other people. So I've seen people that will say, oh, I can't do this course, I can't do this project because I don't have transcript. Do you have a sibling? Use their transcripts. Do you have friends? Use any of your friends' transcripts. Okay, let's say you don't have friends, you don't have sibling. I hear you. Go on social media, whether it's LinkedIn you use, or Facebook, or Instagram. Just announce on your social media that you want to help somebody to do application. So the point is that for you to do this project, it must not be your own admission. So if you help somebody to do admission, if you help yourself to do admission, it will still qualify you as this project. So if you don't have your transcript and you cannot get it, what you just have to do is what? Make sure that you get transcript from somewhere else, from anywhere. Go on social media, announce it, get transcript to do this assignment. Okay? Now, submit directly to the school. For this assignment, for you to do the application, right? You can choose to submit your application directly on the school website. Supposing the course you want to apply for is not on Applieboard, or supposing Applieboard does not cover the country where you are currently applying to. For example, as of today when this course is recorded, the Applieboard is not covering, say, schools in Turkey. So you want to apply for a postgraduate diploma in Turkey, you will not use Applieboard. You apply directly to the school. Even if Applieboard covers your country, the school may not be there, or the course may not be on Applieboard platform, right? But if the school or the course is on Applieboard, let's say you found a really very cheap school on Applieboard, submit your application via Applieboard website. It will also be very easy for you and very straight to the point. Okay? So one thing I want you to know is that this assignment is very, very essential for you. So make sure that you do the assignment. Make sure that you do it for your own good. Okay, this is a perfect application and what it looks like. Now it is your turn. Start your project, start your course project, start it right away. If you procrastinate, you're going to miss out. Start your course project. Okay, so go right now. Thank you.